afternoon, class. Welcome back. My name is Ailakhu, Ugonna, and I'm your facilitator for LIS 207, Bibliography and Citation Techniques. If you permit me, let me share my screen. All right. Today's lesson, we are going to discuss this. Actually, this is lesson 2, and we are going to discuss and learn the annotated bibliography. Last lesson, we discussed the genesis of bibliography, its meaning and types. And today we are discussing the annotated bibliography like I told us last lesson. Who can explain to us the meaning of annotated bibliography? Anyone? Okay, don't worry. We are going to learn the meaning and how to use it when we are writing our assignments. At NOUN, National Open University, we advance the knowledge by building on the works of people. We actually have the academic integrity, which means that we are honest and accurate in creating and communicating on academic products. And in this our lesson 2, we'll introduce us to interesting headings, which will include the meaning of annotated bibliography, the difference between annotated bibliography and abstracts. Just like in the last lesson, we had our objectives. So in this lesson, after completing this lesson, we should be able to define annotated bibliography, understand its relevance, and also understand the difference between annotated bibliography and abstracts. So, what is annotated bibliography? An annotated bibliography could be defined as a list of citations to books, articles, and documents. And each citation is followed by a brief, usually 150 words, 4 to 6 sentences. And the purpose of the annotation is to inform the reader of the relevance and accuracy as well as the quality of the sources cited. Annotation may include some or all of the following information. 1, main focus or purpose of the work, intended audience for the work, usefulness or relevance of your research topic, special features of the work that are unique or helpful. And depending on your assignment, an annotated bibliography may be one stage in a larger research project, or it may be an independent project studying on its own. Now, selecting the sources. The quality and the usefulness of your bibliography will depend on your selection of sources. You need to define the scope and limit your research carefully so that you don't make mistakes. You end up making good judgment about what to include and exclude in your research or in your assignment. Before selecting your sources, you are expected to ask yourself some questions. For instance, what problem am I investigating or am I trying to pursue? And if your bibliography is on a research project, this project will probably be governed by a research question. You also ask yourself, what kind of material or materials am I looking for? Is it on academic books, or is it on journal articles? Or could it be government reports or policy statements? And another question you ask yourself is, am I finding essential studies on my topic? Here you need to read the footnotes, useful articles carefully to see what sources that were used. You keep an eye out for studies that are referred to by several of your sources. Summarizing the argument of a source. An annotation briefly states the main argument of an academic source. For example, a research question, if it's on thesis, the method of the investigation and its main conclusion. You have to keep in mind that identifying the argument of a source is quite different from describing or listing its content. Then, what's the difference between annotations and abstracts? Abstracts are purely descriptive summaries, often found at the beginning of a scholarly journal article, while an annotated bibliography is a piece of information or a piece of formal academic writing that follows the general rules for academic writing. And what are these general rules? As you can see from the screen, they are arranged in an alphabetical order. You write in a single paragraph, usually about 100 to 300 words, depending on the format, but check with your facilitator or lecturer to be sure. As a general rule, you write in full sentences using academic writing style. Remember, you are not on social media, so you have to write as an academician. Another rule is you use transition words like furthermore, moreover, however, therefore. You also have to be concise. Stick to the point. Mention only significant details in your summary. Use examples from other annotated bibliographies. Note, these are a very important general rule. Do not repeat information. Example, the title. We already know the title. You have already listed it in your citation. So you don't need to come and repeat it again. Likewise, you do not cross-reference. You use any in-text reference when you are writing your annotations. So in summary, in this lesson, we'll learn the following: the definition of an annotated bibliography, selecting the sources, summarizing the arguments of a source. We also learned the difference between annotations and abstracts, and we also learned the general rules of annotated bibliography. And for the next lesson, we will learn the bibliographic citation. And under the bibliographic citation, we will look at purpose of bibliography, functions of bibliography. And at this juncture, I would like you, before the next lesson, for you to read up on the bibliographic citation, find out the purpose of bibliography and its function, so that we can actually have an interactive class next lesson. If you have any question, you can reach me by my email that you can see on the screen, viailakhu@now.edu.ng. I'm still Ailakhu Ugonna, your facilitator for the course. It's bye for now.